of Kendall Williams, Annie Kuntz, and Erica Bogard will be in the second section of this final event, the 800 meters, as they bring in Sonia Richards-Ross to help me call this second section of the 800. And out here in lane 6, Sonia, this is Lindsay Flock, who has a bit more to her story this time around competing.
That's right, and I love that she still decided to chase her dream. Although she's sitting currently in 15th and won't make the Olympic team, imagine the beautiful stories that she will tell her future son or daughter. She'll say, "Mommy competed at the Olympic trials amongst the best heptathletes in Team USA."
So just before the first day of competition, Flock announced on social media that she was 18 weeks pregnant, but still wanted to compete in the competition and really just about participating. Reminiscent of other athletes and other soon-to-be moms that have competed in national championships like Alicia Montano.
That's right. I'll never forget seeing her on the track running the 800. She was big pregnant at the time and a real inspiration for so many women who watch that.
As we get ready for the start, women are not necessarily racing against each other. They are running against the clock, and we rarely have a callback in a 800-meter race. But their time then equates to a point total, and then that point total is added to the other 6 events, and that is how the event is competed. Well, we've been talking about all these athletes and been talking to some of the athletes still yet to compete later on tonight, Sonia. They're just worried about one event. These women have gone through 2 days and now will have 7 events complete by the time these 2 laps of the track are completed, if it ever gets completed.
That's right. And you think for these women, especially the heptathlete or the heptathlon, usually they're going back to back, so a little break maybe helped them. I can't imagine how uncomfortable it was for them being out there in triple-digit heat.
So we are underway with this first of 2 sections in the final event of the 2-day heptathlon competition. And Lindsay Flock out on the outside. We've been told she may not finish the race, may go through just the first 100 meters to say she was there, and indeed she steps off, but success for her is getting to the line for that 7th and final event.
It's been amazing to watch her compete. Really proud as a mommy to see her out here and just really pushing through. And now, like you said, these women really do run against themselves. They run against their personal best, really trying to score well and get better and better. This is their final time out here for the Olympic trials, the final day of the Olympic trials. So this is rewarding. Even if you don't make the Olympic team, you're still one of the best athletes in America, and that's simply incredible.
Erin Beatty, currently in 14th place overall, now moves to the lead here on the first lap of the track.
And she does have the best, personal best in this field. She's run 2:09. And you see she's separating a bit from everyone else.
Bender now in 2nd, and then Juanita Webster-Freeman is in 3rd, ahead of the collegian Jaden O'Brien of Notre Dame. As they go down the backstretch, you see all the tape and the fatigue and
I can't even imagine everything that they've been through, what they put their bodies through to jump, to throw, to sprint, and then to come out here and finish off their day running at 800. This is an event I used to dread. When Coach Hart said, "You want to run 1?" I'm like, no way. And these women come out here after 2 days of competition and really put it all on the line.
And they're giving everything they have left in the tank here in the final 100 meters of this first section of the 800. O'Brien of Notre Dame trying to squeeze in to make this an interesting race to the finish line, out in lane 3, and will go to the lead and will come across taking the win here in the fastest time. And there is the finish on empty as athletes go to the track. Webster-Freeman out of gas, finishing this women's 800 meters in the heptathlon.
That's such a great way to open back up the track. The fans had to go back home, and they all came back, and they're in support of these great athletes, and that's a way to put on a great show for the opening event back on the track. just always love the camaraderie, too, between the heptathletes. They just really love and support each other. Here's the final 100 meters where O'Brien said, I still have something left in the tank, and I'm going to give it everything I have. And she really fought hard in the final meters of this race.
And again, an example of a collegian coming here with an opportunity on an Olympic trials stage and building momentum into her future goals of being one of the top heptathletes. O'Brien with a strong finish. Again, bailing wire on that right thigh, trying to keep her together here for the final few strides of the competition. But satisfaction knowing in the end she comes across the line in first. So these women will await the conclusion of the second section, and then, as is often tradition, we will have all of them do a lap of honor here around Hayward Field. So getting ready for the second section and final section of the women's heptathlon affords me an opportunity. I was working around Hayward Field saying, who could be qualified to join me for the call of this 800 meters? So why not the world record holder, two-time Olympic gold medalist in the event, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. Thank you for joining us, Jackie.
Oh, thank you for having me. I felt like I ran an 800 trying to get up here.
It has been a haul each and every day, but, we certainly enjoy having you here. Put this into context. We've been talking about the conditions here, and these women have gone through 2 days of brutal weather conditions and looking forward to the seventh and final event.
Yes, I know they are looking towards this final event, but the last 2 days, they have really shown the toughness of the multi-event as well as the multi-eventers. And now it comes together, culminates with the 800-meter, and it's going to determine gold, silver, or bronze.
So looking at Kendall Williams, went to the University of Georgia, one of the standouts in NCAA history. But the story really this couple of days is the performance of Annie Kuhns, who's now in a position she had to come in and get the Olympic standard, and she's well on her way with this one event to go.
Yes, Annie is well on her way. Had several personal bests, and if you're talking about getting a personal best, why not do it at the Olympic trials while also making the Olympic trials standard, or the Olympic standard? But it's going to be a tough race. So Kendall and Erica and, the whole crew going to push each other in. Got some young ladies in here that can really run the half mile very well.
Erica Bogard being introduced as well. She was fourth at the World Championships in Doha. No stranger to making top U.S. teams. You see 9 women here for this final 2 laps. And, Jackie, going through so many Olympic trials and major championship events, you get to this 800. You're looking forward to 2.5 minutes later, for you a little bit faster. But what are you telling yourself on the line here, particularly when you're in a position to try to make a team?
You know what, you really want to focus on what you've been training to do, your preparation, you execute, and run your pace. You have a set time in your mind, what you're trying to accomplish, and that's what you go out and try to achieve, not to go above your head. And here we go.
Well, not just yet. We're going to bring them back, I think, for a restart here. And we had another look at Annie Kuhns. You mentioned the personal best. She's had personal best now in 5 of the 6 events with 1 events to go. And we look at the 800 and the points that are required.
Oh, wow.
Kuhns is now in a position where she runs her lifetime best. She's easily over the Olympic standard, so she has some flexibility here. But now it's the pride of seeing how high on the podium you can end up by the time this race is over.
Right, and I think it comes down to, like you said, the pride. But, Annie understands that she needs to hit the qualifying standard for the Olympics, and they all are right in the same range of time, but I'm looking to see an exciting race, to push through the end, because it's really been a brutal last 2 days, and even with today, but they're still showing strength. That's why the best event in the world is the heptathlon.
And you're the one to tell us that, and I will never disagree with the world record holder. Erica Bogard on the inside as they'll move all to the inside rail, and then Atherley to the lead. The collegian from the University of Miami out strong as well.
Michelle is a good 800 runner, as well as Erica, and running for University of Miami. Michelle is very good, and she's setting the pace. But each young lady must stay within, what they've been trained to do.
We're going to keep our eye on basically the group behind her because Bugard, Kuntz, and Williams are all right there. And in fact, if you take their personal bests and add up the consequential points, there would be just 2 points differential between first, second, and third. And it's going to be all about this last lap. Bugard trying to get as far ahead of Kuntz and as Williams as possible.
But this is where, you know, you set it up. You know, you come around that, hitting that 500-meter mark, then you look on the backstretch, you know, as Michelle going, and as well as Erica, you know, and now comes and where's William?
Williams is back in 5th position now.
But now that, you know, they just want to continue to stay contact with one another, gather themselves, and still push. You know, Erica pushing it, Michelle is going for it, you know, and as they come around the curves, gather themselves at the steeplechase. You know, hit up to the 700-meter mark, getting ready to come. And then they're going to push it all the way home with 100 meters left to go. Here they come. She's coming off the curve. Michelle is pushing it. Erica coming after her, though. You know, she's pushing it.
Yeah, Bugard now closing the gap.
These ladies
she's trying to figure out how far she can get ahead of Kuntz.
Good time. Oh, wow. Very good.
So 2:08.86, very good time for Atherley. Bugard now watch Kuntz come in ahead of Williams. And we'll await the official times here to be posted. And it would appear that Annie Kuntz is going to take the victory here in the women's heptathlon. A new lifetime best of 6,703 points.
Really great effort, you know, by all of them. And what Kuntz been able to do these last few days, to come in here ready, not having the Olympic standard, and to PR in each event. You know, you show that guts and grits, and all of them showing grace and humility, you know, under real stressful times. But that's what the multi's about. And Kendall, you know, she's pushing it, giving it all she has to give, you know, and so it's just really been a 2-day outstanding performance by all the women.
Well, Kuntz's dad, Terry, was a member of the Oakland Raiders Super Bowl championship team in 1976, and now has some family bragging rights, too. Gonna have to call the family and say, hey, I'm going to Tokyo to be an Olympian in arguably the toughest sport there is in women's track and field. Annie Kuntz will take the win. Look at the close finish there between Kuntz, Williams, and Bugard. That'll be our team for Team USA in Tokyo.
These are some great points, 67.03. You know, it couldn't have been a better time to show up and have your personal best and put yourself on the Olympic team, and also be a contender in the Olympic Games. You know, so I'm proud of all the competitors, because it's been really tough. You know, and to see our, you know, athletes in the multi-events scoring over 600 points is really great.
JJK, it was great to have you. Lee, what a special treat that was.
Certainly was. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you, Paul. Congratulations to Annie Kuntz, Kendall Williams, Erica Bugard on their way to Tokyo. And we are on our way to the women's 400-meter hurdles final. There's Sydney McLaughlin, and she's up against her main rival and teammate,